Welcome to the JLLB Media Podcast Show.
Hey there. Good to be diving in again.
Yeah, absolutely. Today, we're getting into something that can really shift how people see your website. It's about using storytelling to build, real emotion with your audience.
That's right. And it reminds me of that thought from one Lorena, something JLLB media often brings up.
Oh, the one about feelings versus facts.
Exactly. People will forget what you provided to them, a product or a service, but will never forget how you make them feel. That's really the heart of it, isn't it?
It really is. And that's our focus for this deep dive. Using those insights from JLLB Media, we want to unpack why this is so vital and, well, how you can actually make it happen.
Yeah, move beyond just listing features and actually connect. So where do we start? Why does storytelling matter so much more than just, say, bullet points?
Well, I think fundamentally, stories tap into something deeper, right? They create that emotional bridge.
JLLB Media really highlights that. It's about making that human link. We're kind of wired for stories, aren't we? It's how we've always shared things, understood the world.
Totally. So when your website tells a story, it's not just like data transfer. It's an experience.
And JLLB Media points out some concrete pluses here. First, it humanizes your whole brand.
Right. Suddenly, you're not just a company name or a logo. There are people behind it, a reason why. Makes you seem more relatable.
Definitely. In this digital space that can feel, well, a bit cold sometimes, that human element is gold. It answers that visitor question. Who are these guys, really?
Good point. They also mention how stories can, untangle complex stuff if your product or service isn't super straightforward.
Oh, absolutely. Picture trying to explain some niche software with just specs versus telling a story about how it genuinely solved a big headache for a customer.
Yeah, the story sticks, right? It shows the value instead of just claiming it.
Exactly. Show, don't just tell. And then there's the big one. JLLB Media focuses on engaging those emotions.
Which they say leads to trust, better relationships, and, more conversions eventually.
Makes total sense. If you feel something positive towards a brand, you're way more likely to stick around, maybe even buy something.
And trust is huge. JLLB Media uses examples like Patagonia and TIOMS.
Yeah, great examples. They're stories about sustainability or giving back. They aren't just tacked on, they're core to who they are.
Right. People connect with that why. You feel like you're part of something bigger when you buy from them. It's not just a transaction.
Precisely. So, okay, we see why it's powerful. But what makes a story effective on a website? What are the essential bits, according to JLLB Media?
Well, number one, they really stress authenticity. Has to feel real.
Totally. People can sniff out fake stuff a mile away. It needs to genuinely reflect your brand's mission, your values. No marketing fluff.
Yeah, got to be genuine. And then relatable characters. Someone your audience can kind of see themselves in.
Whether that's the founder story, why they started the whole thing, or maybe a customer story, someone who had a problem you solved.
Makes it less abstract, more human.
And the classic structure, conflict and resolution. JLLB Media points this out too. Show a challenge, then show how you help fix it.
Like a mini journey for the visitor. Here's a problem you probably recognize, and here's how we make it better.
Exactly. It keeps people engaged and demonstrates your value proposition really clearly, but in a narrative way.
Okay, so we have the why and the what. Let's talk practicalities, the how. Where do we actually put these stories on a website? JLLB Media gives some good pointers, like the About Us page.
Oh yeah, that's prime storytelling real estate, as they say. Your origin story, your mission, what gets you fired up about your business?
It's your chance to show the passion behind the logo. They use that neat example of a bakery.
Right, sharing the story of a family recipe, maybe showing old photos. It adds layers of meaning.
Totally. You're not just buying cake. You're buying into a history, a tradition.
Makes it feel more personal, more connected.
Then customer testimonials. We know they're good for proof, but JLLB suggests framing them as mini stories.
Yeah, instead of just great service, actually capture a bit of their journey, like what problem did they have before they found you? How did things change after?
Makes it way more compelling, more believable too. It's the customer showing your value through their experience.
Exactly. And the blog, of course. JLLB sees that as a natural spot for longer narratives.
Right. You can really explore topics there, address audience challenges with anecdotes, maybe share some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Definitely. It builds community, positions you as a helpful guide, not just a seller. Consistent storytelling there really pays off.
And we can't forget visuals, right? JLLB mentions how important visual storytelling is.
Oh, huge. Short videos, powerful images, infographics, they can grab attention and convey emotion, sometimes much faster than text.
Yeah, showing a customer success story on video or using images that reflect your brand's journey. Very powerful.
So putting this all together, it's not just about making people feel good, though that's part of it. JLOB emphasizes the actual business impact.
Right, like people sticking around on your site longer because they're engaged by the story.
Exactly. Better engagement, which is always good. And it naturally leads to the next point, boosting conversions.
Because if you tell a story that resonates with someone's problem and shows you get it,
You're much more likely to trust you and take that next step. It builds that bridge of empathy. They feel understood.
and JLLB also points out it can turn customers into advocates, right? People who share your story.
Absolutely. If they feel that strong emotional connection, they often want to share it. They become your storytellers out in the world. That word of mouth is priceless.
It's interesting how JLLB Media talks about their own services in this context, too.
Yeah, they position themselves as the ones who can help you find and tell that story, effectively crafting the content, the visuals, everything.
Underlines that it's a skill, knowing how to shape that narrative for impact. Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, it feels pretty clear. Storytelling isn't just like a nice to have on your website. It's fundamental for creating those real connections, both with you listening now and with your own audience.
And like JLLB media shows, focusing on being authentic, using relatable characters, showing how you solve problems, that's how you build a site that really clicks with people, not just informs them.
Think about those brands again. Patagonia, TOMS, their stories are baked right in. It's a huge reason people are so loyal.
Yeah.
So maybe think about your own site now. Where could your story shine through more?
Is it the About Us, testimonials, the blog, visuals? Remember that quote, people remember how you made them feel. Your story is your tool to create those lasting impressions, build that trust.
So maybe the question to leave you with is this. What are those core stories at the heart of your brand, just waiting to be told? And what feelings do you actually want people to have when they land on your site?
Yeah, what's that emotional takeaway you want them to have? This exploration today, it's really just a starting point. We hope it gets you thinking about your own narratives and how sharing them can build much deeper connections.